Hey everyone, we are live with Friday Connect. So glad that everybody is here. So I know we'll have people trickle in. So as people are trickling in, I just want to welcome you to Friday Connect. And this is a free training that we do every Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, every week. And we bring numerous of trainings, production, marketing, systems and processes, and we bring on top real estate industry experts to teach you guys on that as well. My name is Jacob Sharman. I'm a digital marketing expert with over 15 years of experience. I'm a realtor here in Houston and a global team leader with eXp Realty. And this is my co-host and business partner, Tharmila Rajasingham. We host this together every Friday as well. And she is a marketer with over 11 years of experience and a global team leader and a Toronto realtor with eXp Realty as well. We are both the co-owners and co-founders of Mift Media, which is a full-service marketing agency specializing in the real estate industry as well. And we're also the co-founders of Karuvi. I'm pretty sure you've seen us talk about that. It's a social media content platform that gives you basically social media content done for you. It gives you daily strategies so you don't have to think about that. Now, if you want to register for future events, if you're new, just go to our website, fridayconnect.net, and you can register there. We usually show the next 4 events, so you can register for those all at once. And you can also find all of our marketing resources, so our courses, our free master classes, previous trainings we've done on the marketing tab of our fridayconnect.net website. And all of the past event trainings can be done on our YouTube channel. We'll put that in the chat box as well. It is just youtube.com and then at Friday Connect. And then you can also join our Facebook group. This is where we post extra stuff throughout the week. We post the videos so you can quickly find them and be notified when they're live. And we'll post other tips. And it's a great way that we're trying to build a community of realtors to help each other throughout this industry. And we'll definitely be putting that in the chat box. If you're watching this on YouTube, everything will be in the description below. And that brings us on to this week's topic, which is we're talking about brokerage models, especially eXp Realty. It's just a complex brokerage model. So what we're going to do is on a high level, we're going to talk about this brokerage model. It's very in depth and there is a lot to it. So we're basically going to talk about some of the key components of eXp and why we got involved with eXp. So if you want to go ahead and share your screen, Tharmila, and so we can kind of have a visual. And one thing that I loved about eXp when I was looking for brokerages is that they were focused on the future, especially I got my license over 2.5 years ago during the pandemic. And so everything was shut down. So finding something that was futuristic, tech-based was super important to me because we were kind of limited to what we can do in this field. And one thing that is great about eXp is they're an agent-centric brokerage, and we are the fastest growing brokerage on the planet. So we don't follow those traditional models. We have a cloud-based brokerage, and that kind of is disrupting the industry right now, especially traditional brokerages. But this was a lifesaver to a lot of agents during COVID. A lot of brokerages had to shut down for 30 days so they can figure out some kind of digital footprint, especially for contract signing and things that they weren't readily using, especially smaller franchises and boutique brokerages. eXp, we just continued business as is. And so that is one of the great things about this brokerage model is there's no desk fees, there's no royalty fees, there's no franchise fees because we're cloud-based. And a lot of people get confused on how do you do a transaction cloud-based? And it's actually easier than you think. We already do it. It's just making things a little more systematic, which we're going to talk about. But we can work from anywhere in the world. And one thing that I loved about this was the collaboration that we can do working anywhere in the world. Darmila and I are in 2 different cities and we work together, we partner together, we're building a team together, a real estate group, and we can do that because of the amazing resources that eXp provide. And the fact that as a new agent, or maybe an agent that doesn't have a lot of experience, you can get real-time support with our dedicated staff. One thing that I noticed at other brokerages, you're kind of limited at what your brokers skill-based is or the staff that they have readily available. At eXp, we had 90 or 900 staff in the cloud that can answer questions like tech support, that can answer questions about accounting, things like that. And you're getting it in real time and you're not waiting a long time to get information back. And especially with broker support, I had kind of a complicated deal in my last transaction with trying to get to the closing table. And I literally logged in, went and spoke with one of the 8 brokers that was available in real time and got my answer resolved. I was in and out in 5 minutes. You can't do that with other brokerages. And I never had to leave my desk here to go do that. We have top lead training, coaching, especially if you're a new agent or somebody that's stuck in your business. This is vital for your success. We have 80 plus hours of live on demand training that you can access from anywhere. No more going to the office for this live training. You know, COVID helped do that for various industries where we can remote access everything. We have success coaching. You get mentors here that work with you one-on-one to show you this business. And the best thing about this brokerage is the powerful compensation, which we're going to dive into the second half of this presentation. So you can truly build a future here at eXp. eXp was one of the first companies to offer equity opportunities to their agents. One thing is, like, when you do your first transaction here, we're going to talk about this later, you get stock. So we become, not only are we an agent-centric brokerage, but we're agent-centric because we have control of this brokerage and what works for us. And that's super important because other brokerages, especially if they're on the NASDAQ, they're controlled by the stock owners, not necessarily the agent. We're majority owned by the agents here. And one thing that's really powerful, if you're a team leader or a broker, if you were to bring your team over here into our real estate brokerage, you can still keep your own branding. You'll function kind of the way you were. You're just getting the added support that eXp provides, the savings that you won't have to provide all of that overhead like you did before, but your brand will continue on, and that's super important. eXp allows you to grow here because we're really focused on that entrepreneurial spirit, making people own the company that they're working for. Again, back to the equity. Even if you build the rev share, which we're going to talk about, you start building a group, you keep that as long as you hold your license, whether you're producing or not. So you're owning the brand that you do, you're owning the company, you're involved in the everyday decision making as well in the future of the company. You're able to build a community here. Again, Darmel and I are working together. I work with other agents that sometimes use our marketing services and things like that. And we communicate right in eXp's workplace that's powered by Facebook. So we're able to go in the cloud and see what other people are doing in our area, refer properties out to other people in another area. And it's super powerful because we have a huge network here globally. And eXp is innovative. I come from the tech background. This was super important to me to make sure that eXp was on the forefront of technology to make things easier, especially in the realm of online, social media, and generating leads. So this is one thing that our business model stands out, and we're going to show you that shortly. And you can build financial freedom here because eXp right now is the fastest growing residential brokerage in the world. We're the largest independently owned brokerage as well. And that's super important to understand because eXp gets a bad rep sometimes that we're just interested in agent attraction, that we don't produce, but we do. And you'll see in one of the slides that's coming up next that we are the #1 producers with transaction volume, with sales volume, and all of that. But right now, we're almost to that cap of 90,000 agents. And our goal is over the next 5 years to be over 500,000 agents globally. And like I said, we're the #1 growth leader across agent count, volume, and transactions. So for people say that we don't produce, we do. 88% of our sales force produces, and only 12% are actually thinking about growing a team or a rev share, which we're going to talk about later. But you see here at T360 says we're #1 growth leader year over year in sales volume, transaction side, and agent count. We're the #1 independently owned brokerage in the world. We're #1 top mover in transactions, top 5-year mover in sales volume, and we're #3 of the top 50 brokerages in the US for residential home sales. So eXp is a producing company. If you're a top producer, a luxury agent, this is the place for you. And that's one thing that's super powerful. When we joined, I wasn't looking to get into the real estate business. My spouse was. I said, I'm gonna get your license with you. We want to be broker owners. And this brokerage allowed us to do that quicker because in Texas, you have to have your license for 5 years to be a broker to start building those additional streams of income because we want to be true business owners. And a brokerage model like this allows us to do because of eXp World and allows us to partner globally and build a franchise or build a a group worldwide. We're not a franchise brokerage, we're independently owned, but you can find your freedom in eXp World. So this is one of the ways that we connect. I don't go in here too often because there's quicker ways with Workplace and we have all of our brokers' numbers. But if I really need to go in and sit down, this is the first thing I do. I train in eXp University as well as Tharmila. So we go into the world and do live trainings. But eXp is basically a metaverse. We were the first ones to come out with metaverse, and it's powered by Verbella. And you basically go into the Sims campus with your avatar and walk around. It's super weird at first, I will tell you, but you get used to it and it's actually fun. Like you can walk in, interact. I did a training a couple of weeks ago, so I can see the whole auditorium, and people are there. You can see their names. They can unmute their microphone, talk with you, and you're doing this from the privacy of your personal office, your home office. You can get real-time support, and this is why there's no desk fees or overhead costs because of that. I mean, we do get access to offices for free with Regis, but there's no expensive overhead that we're having to pay for it. And that goes back into our pocket so we can make more as agents doing the same thing that we're already doing. So no expensive lease, and we get literally technology for a very small broker fee, which we're going to cover next in the slides.
Yeah, this is a really good segue into kind of talking about the fact that we are the largest independent brokerage on the planet, and we're in 24 international markets. And this is growing literally every single quarter. And what this really means for you as a real estate agent coming in, and I know you're probably thinking, well, I'm in Canada or I'm in the US. What does it matter if you have agents in other countries? And trust me, you can do referrals in other countries. My first ever listing at eXp was a referral because there was an older gentleman that was selling his property here in Scarborough, in Ontario, in Toronto, and he was moving to Portugal. And I was able to put him in touch with an agent in Portugal because we're in 24 countries. And this allows you to not just have that global network, but you can grow your team in other countries as well. Jacob is literally not in just another city, he's literally in another country. And I get to work with them on a daily basis. And you can see the timeline here of how quickly we're growing in other countries. And we have a family of agents in all of this space and markets. It allows you to understand, grow, invest, learn about the market. My husband and I purchased our first investment property. Well, we have multiple investment property here in Southern Ontario. Our first investment property in the US last year because of learning about the US market through our agents. So it allows you to work beyond border and really build the business that you really want and customize it for you. And I can't stress this enough. eXp model, although it's very complex and we're really going at it at a very high level to pique your interest, we want to be able to sit with you and work with you and try to figure out, it's not a one size fit all, and where you are in your business, where do you want to go? And that kind of leads us to the type of industry leading programs that we offer here at eXp. We have a whole eXp University training, which Jacob and I actually teach at every couple of times a month, every couple of times a year. Jacob and I have trainings in there. You're really getting training from people who are doing work in real time of today, not from the 1990s and people who've done it 20 years ago and it worked for them. And they're sharing your ideas, and they don't even have to be in your group. And this is what I love about eXp, is that people are allowed to come into all of our calls and learn with us. We're all about growing together. We're all about sharing all of our assets and ideas, and really about that mentorship and training is at the forefront, because that's why the number speaks for itself. And if you are a brand new agent coming into our brokerage, so for example, you haven't done any other transaction, or if you've done for less than four, we put you in touch with a mentor in your area who's done deals, who is a certified mentor, who's going to help you step by step, giving you access to lots of different ideas and working with you to help you close those first few deals, which is awesome. And then you also have access to 80 hours on a weekly training, live trainings. And these are taking place around the world, because we have icon agents, and which I'm going to talk about in a second. These are top producing agents who are sharing their top ideas and top secrets with you, and you get to kind of go in and learn, and also learn about all these other tools that eXp is launching, which is beautiful, and that broker support that Jacob alluded to as well. And this is one of my favorite thing about eXp is that we're not all about just giving you a little Instagram post or sending out an email or giving you a little plaque or an award, which you do get when you become a producer or top agent at our company. We call our top producers icon agents, and you have the privilege of getting an icon award. And why this award, this recognition is so powerful is because there's an investment that comes with it. The money that you paid, your cap fee, which we'll cover in a second, all the fees that come with eXp and joining our brokerage, is that $16,000 that you pay in brokerage fee. And we can also go through all the fees with you. You're seeing in USD right now because we're just doing the US presentation because that's where we have a bulk of our agents who come into these calls. But again, if you're in another country, I know we have people from South Africa, India, Spain, and Canada who tune into here. So if you want to meet with us and talk specifically about what is different in your country, let us know as well. And so kind of going back to this Icon Agent Award and this recognition is that you get that $16,000 back in stock awards, which is so powerful. And this is when you cap and you do additional deals. So you can, depending on there's certain aspects that you have to perform at, and you can do cap and then do 500K in GCI plus minimum of 10 deals of that. You get your $16,000 back. And of course, there's various requirements that you can meet in order to do that. And this is powerful. This allows people to be engaged in the company first and be part of the culture and be able to give, and so it creates this larger community where we're all able to grow and work together. And that's really what kind of Jacob alluded to at the beginning about the fact that it's really about that agent centric model. And the other this is what I really want, because everybody asks, how much is it, how much is my monthly fee going to be? This is very similar in Canadian, so just a very slight in currency exchange. So we are the same split and cap, so 80 20, 80% going to the agent, 20% going to the company. And there's a $16,000 cap. And keep that in mind that after in your anniversary year, when you meet your cap, and depending on the market and how much certain properties are, I have agents who capped in a month, right? So, and there's agents who cap in 3 months or much longer, depending on if you're part-time, full-time, and how aggressive you want to be with your production and what your business plan is. So you get that 100% commission after that capping, which is great. So it is $149. The first fee you'll pay, just a startup fee to set everything up. You get access to kvCORE, which is world's leading real estate technology. You get access to lots of different tools. We set you up on everything, and you get access to really getting you started. And it's just that it covers that admin fee at the beginning, and then every month after that is $85 a month. And then there's a transaction review fee when you do close a deal, and this only comes when there's a transaction, so that your broker is looking over your paperwork, etc. And $40 in risk management fee, which will all be outlined in your invoice or in your deal sheet when you do that closing. And you probably heard this about eXp, is that we're a multiple stream income company, so you're able to build additional income. I get, it's really funny when you look at these small numbers. You're like, oh, I have, agents who are brand new coming in saying, oh, I had to pay $149 a month, and I'm telling them, oh, I get back, in so much, like thousands a month from eXp on a monthly. So really, eXp is paying me every month. So really, when you think about it, and that's just me personally speaking, and you can create the business that you ideally want. I have agents who are making a lot more than that, right? And it's not just paying that phone bill or that mortgage payment. It's really financing your lifestyle and creating financial freedom. So, and you could do as little as you like, as more as you like. And kind of that leads us to that, the other additional income stream. So just to go over that, is that you can earn your income by producing, which we showed you the fees and the caps and the split. You can also do it by revenue share, building your team, which is not mandatory, and you do not have to do it, but you can take advantage of it. So if you're someone like me and Jacob, which we come from working in marketing, we have all these assets. We want to work with agents. We truly want to be able to grow your business, work with you. That's kind of our specialty. Then take advantage of that. Or if you want to partner with people like us and you would like us to build your team for you, even better, right? So there's those opportunities you can take advantage of. And then the third is you could do it through our equity opportunities. So there's a number of different multiple additional income streams within the equity opportunity, and which is what you're looking at right here. And so that if you were your first transaction, when you close, you actually get additional $200 in USD in company stock. And if when you cap and reach that $16,000 in cap, you get $400 USD in company stock. And because we are a publicly traded company, and let's say you do attract an agent, let's say one of your sister or cousin says, hey, I got my license, I want to join your brokerage, I want to join through you, can you sponsor me? And they close their first deal, you actually get $400 from them as well, from their first transaction. So you can see how quickly things get to add up. And you can, this is an opt-in, opt-out program, which is the agent equity commission program, and it's voluntary, like I mentioned, so you don't have to do it, but you can. And you can see why a lot of agents are doing this, because of the performance, past performance. If you look at expi performance, and if you understand stocks, you'll realize, in our company, which I'll show you in a moment, we're not just eXp Realty, right? We have a parent company, expi, that we're under eXp World Holdings. So there's a lot that we can, there's a lot of opportunities that come with that when it comes to the stock opportunity. So you can get a 5% of your commission put aside with 10% discount of the stock. And you can see, there's a lot of agents that are participating right now in this program. So it's a really a value add, and setting you up for that retirement as well. And which is why I love about this company is that is really thinking about all agents and all, in all stages of their career, thinking about healthcare opportunities here, making sure that you have your first business cards when you start up, making sure you're getting your own website, your own CRM. So it doesn't matter where you go. Even if you leave eXp, if you go to another brokerage, you start your own brokerage, or you stay here, it doesn't matter. Your leads are yours. Nobody's taking them from you, and you get to build a business that is for you. Or you come to eXp and you feel that you need more of a close hands-on help, you want to join a team, someone local, you could do that. I have agents in my group that I brought to the company who are located, for example, Orlando or Michigan or wherever they may be, and they have they're part of a team in their own local area because they like to go into an office. So this brokerage literally has everything you need. And then there's the Icon Agent Award, which I mentioned to you, where you get that $16,000 back that you paid into the company stock when you cap. So you get that back in company stock as well. So as you can imagine, if you look at I can't talk about the future performance of our stock, but if you look at the past performance, it's something that is very enticing for you to be part of. And like I mentioned to you before, our real estate stock, something you want to keep in mind is that, again, we're under EXPI, which is the ticker symbol on the NASDAQ, which is eXp World Holdings. We're under a parent company. So Verbella, Success Magazine, all of these really feeds into that stock performance. So something to really keep in mind. So the other additional income stream, which is one of my favorite, is you get to grow your team, your group, without having any overhead costs, any liability, not having to check up paperwork, but be able to build a community, have agents, have people like Jacob on your team, and you get to work with people around the world, and you get to do that through, and you don't have to reinvent or create any value stack. The company, as you can see itself, is fairly, comes with so much opportunity. And then what's added is that you have an opportunity to align with somebody, so you can choose somebody at the company who they would sponsor you to the company, and you get to really leverage off of what's really unique, is off of their value and who they are and their performance and their contacts, etc., and whatever they want to share with you. And in a moment, we're going to actually share our screen and give you a little glimpse of what it's like to join our group. So keep in mind, when you come to eXp, there's 7 tiers of people above you. Remember, so it's not just your sponsors, 7 tiers of people above you that are going to help you, that you have access to, that you can message and work together to reach your goals. And the other amazing part is you have 7 tiers of people below you that you get compensated from, again, not from their pocket, very different. And this is another big confusion with whole eXp pyramid and MLM and all this stuff. And this is why we take moments to explain this, that you get to build your revenue, your income, you become financially free, you work with other agents, build their group, is through this model. And Jacob and I have been doing these trainings is because it's really important for us to work together to build our agents. And our agents come into these groups, they invite other agents, and we teach them about what they can learn with us, what it's like to join our group, for a very good reason. And the reason why we're doing this at a so high level is because we like to meet with you in person and really make sure that whatever that we have in terms of our assets and our value, and what eXp as a brokerage is able to meet your goals, and we're able to align, and what about this brokerage is fitting for you, and are we the right fit for you? And as you could see here, this actually recently changed, that even and this is the first time in history of the company that we actually changed our FLQA count to 30 agents. So if you have agents in seventh tier. So what this means is that, let's say you bring on an agent to the brokerage, let's say your cousin wanted to join under you and you sponsored them to the company. And let's say your cousin came from another brokerage and they bring on 3 other agents. Your cousin would be on your first tier. Their agents would be on your cousin's first tier, but would be on your second tier, so on and so forth. And so let's say someone on your fourth tier brings on someone, uh, and they are on their fifth tier and so on. And when they come to the seventh tier, it's amazing. Now it's turned to 38 instead of 40. So again, more and quickly you can get compensated at the company here. And I'll tell you from my own personal experience, not speaking for anybody else, this is literally paying like 90% of my expenses in our family income when it comes to bills. And what's beautiful about this is that I don't have an office space. I don't have any legal paperwork where I'm checking their paperwork for transactions, and I get to do this and do it with something that I love doing, which I've always been doing, is, and as Jacob alluded to earlier today, is that I work to marketing and I do consulting work. We do audit. We help you with your business plan, your marketing plan, and so this is just an added value for us. And this is why this company was just a great fit for us, is because we're able to still do deals. My husband and I are investors. We're able to invest. We're able to partner with our agents. We're able to grow their business. It's just a win-win strategy on all levels. And again, we can dive more into this. And trust me, I don't know if Jacob mentioned this, but I have videos on my YouTube channel where I talk about this model for over 50 minutes. So this model, and that's where we really want to properly explain the model to you. We're really touching on it high level, and I know we're trying to keep it under 20 to 30 minutes. So just wanted to mention that. And one of the things that I want to leave you with before we jump into our value and what we can do to grow your team, and just so that you can see and compare. And I encourage you to meet with other brokerage and people so that you have a clear understanding of what's out there, and it'll kind of open your eyes to the type of, actually, when we've showed this to some of our partners, they just get minds blown about the amount of value that we give. So EXP, I'll leave you with this. We were built to thrive in any market. As you can see here, we are a cloud-based brokerage. We were redefining the real estate industry in coming out of a really interesting time, right? 2009. If you know about the North American market at the time, where we're coming out of recession or in it. So just keeping that in mind, and again in 2020, the amount of opportunities that we were able to build in the start, in the middle of a pandemic. So as you can see, this brokerage is the future of real estate. So this is a really good segue into giving it back to you, Jacob, so that you kind of walk through what you get when you join our group.
All right, I'm gonna share my screen as well. So there we go. So if you're looking to learn more about EXP and what it's like to partner with us in our group, and even especially how it works, I know for a lot of people it can be a little confusing in the beginning, especially traditional brokerage. You have territories, and you're not sure how it works. As long as we're in your area, we can work with you. So I encourage you to book a one-on-one Zoom call with us. This will take you to a calendar. To register a call, it's not a pressure call at all. We'd love to show you what your business will look like coming over to EXP, doing the same thing or implementing some of the goals that you have as well. Some of the categories of resources that we provide at no extra cost, no extra split, to be a part of our organization, our group. We have top of the line social media training, which I'll go over here in a minute. You get mentorship, coaching. We have weekly mastermind calls. I think right now we're about 5 mastermind calls a week on different topics: CRM and lead generation strategies, marketing, branding, resources, and we have over 80 plus hours of live weekly training. And so some of the resources that we have is kvSOCIAL. This is something that we developed for our team that we did take to market. So even if you decide not to partner with us, all of these resources are still available, and I'll show you that here in a second. But we have kvSOCIAL. So the idea of this, we had social clients. Our team was taking so long to post to social media, was not effective. They were not generating leads. They were wasting about 4 hours a day. So we basically took the strategies that we do, that we have experience with, and we created a platform they can log in, get the content done for them. They just have to customize it really quick to their industry, and they can schedule literally in 1 to 2 hours, their content for 1 to 2 weeks, and have it on autopilot so they can focus on income producing activities. So you can check that out. You get access to Social Agent Academy, which is just a full on course on Facebook lead generation, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn. It's one of the top social media trainings in the world. You get Tharmila's kvCORE training. So not only do you get the training that eXp offers, but she goes more into depth and takes more of a marketing approach, still shows you how to set it up, but teaches you how to properly use it so you can nurture your database. I provide sales funnels to our teams. So you get a professionally designed website if you want one above and beyond what eXp does. So you can have it branded, and it includes funnels, landing pages, blogs. Everything can be automated, has a client onboarding funnel as well, and you get that for free as well. So here, if you go to this page, fridayconnect.net/partner, you are able to see everything we offer you. And this is not even everything. This is just what I put on the screen on top of what eXp does, and then what you get for joining our group exclusively. Because if you don't choose us as a sponsor, you don't get access to this, even if you join eXp under somebody else. This is just a sample of what our group does on top of eXp for weekly training. And then if you're interested in booking a call, just go to, again, fridayconnect.net/partner. We'll put the link below in the description as well. And one last thing I want to show you is, for those of you, maybe you're watching this video, you're already with eXp, or you joined eXp quickly and didn't choose us, that's fine. We also do have all of these resources. So if you go to our marketing resources, you can see our courses that are available for purchase. We have free master classes. You can get access to all of the same funnels. You can get access to all of our YouTube. I encourage you to go follow us. We put out weekly content between the 3 platforms of everything you need to grow your real estate business, be successful. Like I said, book a call with us. We'd love to talk with you one-on-one and show you what your business looks like here at eXp. And we could show you kind of, maybe if you're struggling, where your areas of improvement are, how we'll be there for you. We are truly focused on growing our team, because I love this collaborative environment, because it's a win-win for everybody. And eXp really makes us focus on that as well, which is such a great alignment for that. So we'll open it to any questions. If anybody has any questions, while we're waiting for those to come in, if you do have any questions and you're watching this video, leave them down in the comments. We'll get to them as soon as we can. And if you have any ideas about future trainings that you would love to see, we would love to have that input, and what you're struggling with, something that we don't already have on our channel. And I encourage you to go to all 3 channels, because I'm pretty sure you'll find everything you need there. We try to cover everything from production to marketing to systems to automation to lead generation, everything you need to grow your business. So looks like there are no questions at this time. So again, I encourage you to book with us. Go to fridayconnect.net/partner. And then if you're not a part of our Facebook group, go join that. And we will see you next week for Friday Connect.
Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.